As you said, talking about, great news stories, this Schapelle Corby story is one of the great ones. What do you make of the whole situation?
Look, I guess my take is that I think you've got to go with the law of the land. She was convicted. Do I really think she knew about it? I'm not sure. I think someone in the Corby family did. That's my feeling. Should you go to jail for 20 years for marijuana? Bit harsh. Heroin, absolutely. Lock them away forever. Does it send the wrong message by releasing her early? Perhaps. But, she's done 8 years. She's been 8 years. She's done 8 years. She's aged dramatically. I'm sure Carobaccan is not a pleasant place to be in.
She's a basket case by all accounts,
Yeah,
isn't she? So.
Yeah, that's right. Look, I think fair enough. She's done 8 years and still has to stay in Bali and for the rest of the sentence anyway. But I'm not sure. I have to say, and I've always been a critic of checkbook journalism, and people say, oh yeah, well you would have been involved in all those stories, and absolutely I was. But I can say, I've never ever been involved in a story where we have paid a convicted criminal.
Okay, so if you were offered,
I wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't do it.
No. I wouldn't do it. In fact, years and years ago, I was the only person who could get Neddy Smith, and Neddy trusted me. He talked to me, and he's a guy who's well, if you believe the police, killed 12 people, and he wanted money, and I said, we're not going to pay Neddy. I'm not going to do it. I just couldn't live with him. So he said, well, a car and the kids it counts. We can do it this way. I said, Ned, you just don't get it. I've got to go to sleep at night, and I couldn't do it. I don't want to lose the story for this particular program, but I wouldn't do it.
Yeah,
and I want you to still do it. And he said, okay, all right, forget it. And he did end up doing it, and we didn't pay him. I grew up never liking checkbook journalism. I still don't.
If you're going to sit down with Schapelle Corby, how hard would you go on her? Because someone will get that interview.
Yep.
And given that she's in a fragile state, we all, Australia's demanding to hear what she's got to say.
Yeah, I think
how would you handle it?
I think you've got to be. I think you'd have to be. I wouldn't go in hard. I think you go in firm, but not too hard. You're right. I mean, the last thing you want is for her to do anything to herself because of you going in too hard. But I do think that you've got to ask the harder questions and really, did you do it? I mean, that's got to be the question, and it's hard to believe that you didn't do it. And then you'd go to the family. Did someone in the family do it? Because the family has been related to other drug matters in the past. I think you go down that track, and basically, ask how you've survived over the last 8 years. What's life been like there? Give me an 8 hour, or 24-hour day in the life of.
Yeah.
Those sorts of things that I think people are really interested in, and what she's going to do with herself now besides arts and crafts.
Yeah, it's like, how can she come home and not have people ask her the whole time? I always wondered that about Lindy Chamberlain. I suppose over time people didn't recognise her, or, she just got used to everyone asking a million questions.
And she changed too. I mean, she became because of the treatment of the media, and that was absolutely trial by media, became very, very hard. She became a very hard woman, and I would think that Schapelle's going to come out, as you say, very, very different.
Extraordinary story. Mike Munro, look, you know what? Can you come and see us again?
Love to, Rosso. We're only if we can have another one of those lunches.
Not before the show.
Not before the show. No. Mike's back on the television. Great, fabulous news as part of the Channel 10's National Weekend Bulletin. Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Thanks for having me, guys. I really appreciate the support.